Round and round we go, losing self-control. I keep telling myself, but I don't wanna let you know. Is this what we become? Strangers on the run, looking for something, chasing the sun. All those days, trying to find a place where you'll make them just be alone, be alone. All those nights lying by your side, like it's a vibe, feeling it shine under your spotlight. Like it's a vibe under your spotlight. That's the way every day goes. Looking back, I know we started falling. We were falling in love, yeah. Took my heart and you rode off. Was a feeling never enough for you, baby? When you left me chasing you, chasing you. Trying to find a place where we can be alone. All those nights lying by
Hello. I may or may not have been AFK just then. May or may not have been AFK. But, hello, Stephen, Farming Boy, TFB, Warren, Alex, and Dara. Two things. What are the two things? The only way I'm sounding a bit out of breath is because I am. I just ran up the stairs because I did want to get the stream started as soon as I could. When Alex says two things, I get worried. I'm aware of those two things, actually. I was just in a bit of a rush to get started today, so I changed the Twitch title, and yeah. Why is every related Bradley, your relateds are based off what you watch normally. They're more suggestive videos for you. Does everybody like my big pink Kiravets, by the way? Hope you do. PS5 is better than Series X. I mean, Xbox haven't released anything about the Series X, and all I could figure out about the PS5 yesterday without putting myself to sleep by watching that entire press conference was it has a hard drive. And the hard drive is fast. And I couldn't watch any more than, 20 minutes of that. So, that's my knowledge of the PS5. It has a hard drive. It has a fast hard drive. Did you know that it has a hard drive and that hard drive is fast and it's an SSD and it's a hard drive and it's fast? Oh yeah, the Terror Ghosts. What the hell was it, the Terror Ghost audience? That was kind of creepy. How's it going? It's going pretty good today, Stephen. Quite honestly, I don't care about either of the consoles. So I can annoy both, you know, Xbox fanboys and PlayStation fanboys by saying I really don't care about them, other than, you know, how they'll affect games for PC. Look like it's one of the me and the boys meme. You've broken farm. Well done, Aaron. Hey, Vascots. They're probably Gen 4 PCIe SSDs. Probably. I don't care about the hard drives that the consoles have. Console hard drives don't affect games. Like, all they do is make games load faster. Been in this field for a while. This is only the second stream on this field. I did watch, though, for a few hours somebody streaming the new Animal Crossing, and that looks really both fun and tedious at the same time. Kind of makes me want a Nintendo Switch, which, in my opinion, is actually the best console. Mainly because it can be handheld. Like, yes, a console that can do more than one thing. I like. You kind of make the workers go 100Ks. Yeah, that's not a good idea. I've got a cracking headache all of a sudden. And as suddenly as it started, it's gone. Wonderful. Why, Aaron, why did you make the workers go 100Ks? 100 kph, out of curiosity? Ooh, by the way, Yanis, I don't know if you heard, Race Room is entirely free at the moment for a few days. All cars, all tracks. If you want a little something to keyboard your way around tracks, Race Room is completely free. It's just funny. Fair enough. What is... It's a racing sim. Race Room... Is it... What's the third R stand for? Race Room... Is it Racing Experience? No, it's R3E. I just can't remember what the third R stands for. And all of the DLC. Well, it's kind of a time-limited thing. It's probably going to be like a free weekend on Steam. Breaking Farm Sim is the funniest thing you've done in a while. I mean, each to their own, Aaron. Everybody's going to have their own ways of entertaining themselves. And if Breaking Farm Sim is the way you're going to entertain yourself, by all means, go ahead. Welcome back, Warren. When saw you having a lot of fun on AC at the new track. Only good for just sub 200 horsepower cars. I mean, yeah, that works too. Might try Breaking Flight Sim or ETS next. How'd you get the chat on stream? I'm using Restream Chat, which just gives you a web page you can open up in the OBS browser. Is this bit? Yes, yes, it is self-leveling, which is why it's at wonky angle or weird angles compared to the field. 720p. This should be 1080, but YouTube might be limiting. Things. YouTube, the resolution's available for bandwidth reasons. Hey, Electrosky. Max is 1080-60. Okay then, they're not limiting then. Why did my phone go off? April fraudulent. Go away with your scam text. Good lord. I haven't bought anything with PayPal for a while. Your net's so bad you can't even get 240. Wow, I feel sorry for you, dude. I couldn't watch something in 240p now. The music workers on jazz, there's nothing mentioned about BBC King. Do you remember yesterday when I was talking about which brands Giant Shed? I mean, that's kind of a near constant discussion, but yes. That could be taking 1 or 2 days. I mean, you said it, not me. You meant yes, but you didn't say BB King initially. Your autocorrect is very dirty, Andrew. Or Alex. Why did I call you Andrew? I don't even talk to anyone called Andrew. Should add some truck brands like Scania. That'd be kind of cool. More truck brands would be pretty cool in the game, yeah. But it would... Can I... Yes, this is totally how this works. It would depend on whether or not the likes of Scania would want to come into the game, though. You said it, not me, Alex. So I'm just leaving it there. So when do you reckon SG is going to rock up complaining about something that is said in a press conference? Also, this time I'm actually making the logical route to the potato sell point area. Unlike last time where I got stuck. BBC has a lot of meetings. Let's not go into all the meetings. It's a new joke for Discord. Give it 10 minutes. Yeah, he'll be here before too long. I want to change the trailer I'm using because I hate the double tip in this. Do I have any trailers that would make sense? I mean, I don't need to reverse, so yeah, let's get this in some Soviet kind of colors. Crimson. Oh, that looks pretty nice. No. $11,000 should be enough capacity. And literally some tires. I didn't actually give a damn which tires I put on. Didn't actually take any notice. Bale? Yeah, I'll be bailing after this. I do have a bale trailer already, so I didn't get that in bale trailer config. Do 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 do. There's too much traffic on the roads. Not realistic. There we go. Much more realistic. Much more realistic for this moment in time, at least. I'm not sure if this will be able to pull the trailer up the hill, though. I'm really struggling to think of things to talk about today, I'm sorry. My mind is just like empty and just like, ah, you're playing Farm Sim, I see. I'm going to give you no thoughts whatsoever. But I only play Farm Sim when I need to need to think about things to say. I know, but I'm going to give you no thoughts. None. Exactly zero. It's one of those days. I mean, bright side, we're gonna have this field done in a while. I would say no time, but I mean, it's potatoes, so it's gonna take a little while, but we're a lot farther in than it looks because I've been just choosing random lines. You may have tried. What did you do on the server, Yanis? I did see somebody came on, or somebody was complaining about rain and said you came on to fix it, but I don't know how you could have trolled yourself by doing so. Also, the Fortred's in the way. There's been south all this morning the government released that construction companies won't have to close? Huh. My dad works in construction, works in kind of the construction industry. He works with wholesalers, and basically his entire company are taking pay cuts now. Because there's not enough money coming in. Which sucks, and they're gonna have to close eventually. Because I think they source pretty much everything overseas. The vehicles on the map, they all set upside down, but they weren't. Then you remember the farms and I didn't realize you caught that the farm was called Upside Down Farms. GG. GG, Ennis, well done. Yeah, fun fact, by the way, guys. I don't know anything that's on the Farm Sim server. I gave the admins complete autonomy. I don't even know what mods are on it. Apparently the CSC pack is, because there was complaints about that yesterday. But that's literally it. The admins have complete control over the MP server now. It's Australia, so it seemed fitting at the time. Yeah, and then you found out that it's going to troll you. Yeah, the server might get shut down at some point as well, because of everything going on. I don't know if Nitrado are able to work remotely. If MP stops for a while, it's because Nitrado can't work remotely. I would imagine they can, but yeah, that's something that's literally just crossed my mind. With everything shutting down, Nitrado might not be able to, might not have a remote infrastructure set up. Giants do, seemingly, which is very nice. I expect the miles you set up the main yard for the most part. The name didn't change. Maybe Alex picked a lot of the last set of mods that broke the server, so slightly concerned now. I do like this potato harvester. It's so nice not having to go over the field twice with, like, tiny machinery. Still working? So yeah, I mean, as long as it works, it works. But, I think there's still well over a month on the server. So, like, it should stay up through all of this, but, you know, it's impossible to know at this point. Why what? Warren, I've got slightly higher than usual latency to try and smooth out the stream a bit, so... Because there are usually issues if I go ultra low latency, because for some reason OBS farts. OBS doesn't like when I go ultra low latency on YouTube. Why the field? What about the field? Why is it... Why am I doing it at random points? Because this thing is a pain to work with. This harvester is legitimately just painful to work with. So I'm just picking... Especially seeing as I've got an articulated tractor. I'm gonna get as much of this field done and then just give up. Because I'm not gonna go around trying to pick up the tiny bits. Striking the crops? No, it's not. Everyone gets practicals and Orla for Irish. Who's Orla and why is she giving everybody Irish? Yeah, all the orals for every language are now 100%, so congratulations everybody in Ireland who's doing junior and leaving cert this year. You have passed Irish and any other languages you do. Because I think, I don't know if the oral in like German and French and Spanish is 40%, but the Irish one's 40%, so you've passed Irish already. Well done, lads. Top efforts. Especially seeing as you all got 100%. I mean, nobody saw that coming. Everybody getting 100% in the orals. It does suck though for the people who've been practicing for like weeks and possibly months for the orals to hear, hey, you've got 100% automatically because coronavirus is but all that effort is wasted. And Dara, I believe, does science have a practical element still? Because if so, then congratulations, you have 100% in that too. For the lab work stuff. Because obviously there won't be enough time to do all of the labs you need to do, so that's 100% too. It sucks for people in college though, because like it's or even people wanting to go to college, because like they don't know when the leaving cert's gonna be, and colleges don't know when the exams can be, or if they can even do exams this year. So they're, you know, it's gonna remain very complicated for schools of all levels for several months still. And probably a few months after we get out the other side of this. So, you know, just because you've got 100% now doesn't mean they can't change it again and say, do you know what, seeing as we're going to have to basically redo an entire year for everybody, we'll just run everything as it would have been. Belhill in Scotland, there's a tank and a attack chopper patrolling the streets? That's a bit extreme. Like that is a bit of an extreme measure, but I can kind of understand why to an extent. It's strongly encouraging social distancing. Except for the fact the tank will have a crew that's all cramped in there and the chopper will be much the same. No joke, I never said you were kidding. I never thought you were. This whole year, for the most part, could get scrapped due to everything. Yeah. And potentially, like, up to half of next year as well. Yeah, it might end up that people are in school for a year longer than they should be, or in college for a year longer than they should be. I mean, I've basically given up looking for a job for the time being. Because what's the point? Nobody's going to do interviews right now. There's going to be no job interviews going on because there's much more important stuff to worry about. And it's going to make my CV look worse, sure, but I'm pretty sure this year can be written off. Year 6 start over? I mean, who knows what they're gonna do, Farming Boy. Like, it's impossible to know what's gonna be going on at the other end of this. It could be up to 18 months. We have very strong restrictions in place, so be kind of aware that anything could happen on the other side of all of this. It's good, yeah, it's just uncertain times. The long and the short of it is, if you're making plans to do anything, make sure that those plans are just stay at home and do as little, like, do normal stuff, but at home. This point is like what RDJ said in Tropic Thunder: Survive. I mean, let's face it. Most of us are very used to being on the internet a lot and doing very little. Okay? This is the time in history where we get to shine. We have been training for this our entire lives. Or at least for several years. Where the absolute best thing most people can do is sit on the internet and do as little as possible and don't leave the house. I mean, it's a crisis made for 2020. A crisis where the top bit of advice from every expert is stay inside. Don't be social, but on the internet. I'm pretty sure all of us have trained for that for quite a while. With the whole staying inside and being on the internet thing, so maybe let our training shine through. We're the most skilled people in self-isolation. Exactly. Let your training in being lazy and sitting on the couch or sitting on your chair or being on your computer, let it all shine through. And let this generation be known as lazy when we were told to be, also when we shouldn't have been. I mean, that's basically what we're asked. That's basically the advice: is be lazy. Don't, go outside for a walk every so often, but stay inside. Don't be too social. The antisocial generation will win. I forgot I parked the Ursus there. No, it's dealing with the hill. Your uncle has to move out of his house because of the virus. Your aunt has come back to Ireland today. He has to go through airports. You get it. Your uncle can't afford to get sick and not work. Yeah, and your granddad will be told to quarantine for 2 weeks. So, I mean, that is another kind of issue. How many fields can I buy with 33 grand on this map? Because the fields are tiny. Field 63 would be kind of fun. How about 62? No, 57? 57 I can buy. That's grass. Let's buy that. I'm not planning on getting animals on this map, by the way. Just FYI. March 2020 is cancelled. And then some. I mean, I saw people saying they were already done with 2020 on January like 3rd. This isn't helping that 2020 is why. Why is 2020? Not helping with earthquakes, pandemics. Just why? Can we put all we put into like cryo sleep until this is blown over? Hey kid. Also Warren, could you please stop making everything about the damn virus? I've been ignoring like half of your chats because I don't want to constantly be like virus. Hey, did you hear about the virus? Oh, I bought the potato harvester apparently. Let's sell that. Also, I need to tab to this. Turn it off because I'm not gonna bail with the caravets. That would be too silly even for me. Who cares? I care. So stop. Yeah, the entire Garda College has been drafted in. Don't mind people talking about it, but when it's somebody just constantly being like, this is because of the virus. Virus. No. Just stop. No. Leave me alone. Let us escape. Who cares about... Oh, for the love of... Everybody should. If you don't, you're an idiot. Tasmania's closest borders from the rest of Australia. I'm sure there are some people in Tasmania who think that's the greatest decision ever made. Just because the rest of Australia. Alright, let's get some baling done. Extractor on console? I have no idea. These balers are cool until the belts break. I can imagine that it's... Yeah, all fun and games until the belt goes snap and you've got to basically rebuild the baler. This spun around. There we go. So this is like honestly my favorite small map. I am absolutely in love with this map because it's so well thought out. It's not like one of those maps where it's just things thrown everywhere. There's... Did everybody see the bale spinning like mad? You can't tell if it's on console, neither can I. I don't have magic console detecting powers. Maybe check on your console if there's Ursus. If there is, it's probably on console. Bale core is very dense. I would imagine so, yeah, because it's like being crushed down constantly. Bears put a decent amount of time into it. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a lot of thought put into the vast majority of it. There's some places that I'm like, I don't quite understand that. There's some things that I don't like everything being dynamic I don't like, because it's kind of dumb. Driving up to a concrete bollard and then just pushing it around. Look at the bale spin! There's something wonky with this baler, but I kind of like it. Tractor is on console according to Dara. So I'm going to say it's probably on console, because Dara tends not to troll too much if people are asking legit questions. And Aaron's agreed with Dara, so yeah, it's almost definitely on console. I was thinking last night, was it last night I was talking to Landy? And I kind of said that... I was talking to Buster in the Discord as well. The coronavirus, like, short term, is going to cost lives. That is kind of an unfortunate thing with a virus that has... that is particularly aggressive. It's gonna happen. There's, some lives are unavoidably lost through it, and it sucks. And I hope it doesn't happen to anybody you guys know, but but this is potentially gonna sound really dumb, and I will explain myself if you think it does sound dumb. This virus is going to save lives, long term. In the long term, this virus will save lives, and might be the tipping point in the fight against global warming, and the fight against climate change. Because I kind of feel like what humanity needed, what everybody needed, was a chance to see what life would be like if we did a lot of the stuff that we're being told to do for climate change. Like, go out to eat less and be less polluting and drive your cars less. And this, with everybody being under lockdown or self-isolation or with all the social distancing, we're seeing what's happening. We're seeing the Earth breathing for the first time, and seeing what would happen if we did change things. This is the what if moment. This is the moment where we get to see the other side of the looking glass, with everybody kind of stopping, with the human race kind of coming to a stop for a while. And it could turn the tide in climate change. Hey, it's FTN. Giant's pollution's dropped by 2/3. The Venetian canals are running clear for the first time in almost a century. This could be the moment where climate change deniers are suddenly shown what happens if we all disappeared one day. And Bye, Warren. In California, the air quality has gone through the roof. Yeah, this is, you know, even the few weeks or months of that dropping off worldwide is going to have a huge effect on global warming and climate change. So the situation sucks for basically every human, but for the Earth, for the planet, it's really a good thing. The Earth heating up is part of the cycle, yes, but the problem is, Yanis, is that we should be in a cooling cycle. The Earth should be getting colder. We are due an ice age. The Earth is not getting colder. In fact, it's heating up more and more rapidly. We're actually due an ice age. And we should theoretically be in one right now. But it's still a case of, you know, people are seeing what happens if humanity were to disappear tomorrow. Yeah, number one, the roads being all empty in certain places is creepy as hell. You know, places where you're so used to seeing people being completely empty is just creepy. That we're on a heating cycle? No, we should be in an ice. We should actively be in an ice age. It'll be a mini one the last 2 or 3 years, but we should be in one. But, you know, it's kind of cool in a way. I know, I'm trying to see the bright side of everything here, because, yeah, it can't all be doom and gloom. And it's kind of cool seeing what happens when everybody just stops. When everybody just stops and the Earth gets to, even to a small extent, clean itself and react to humanity just stopping or slowing down, because it's something that's, you know, not happened for a long time. And people are maybe, some people might be seeing that, oh wow, we've had a huge effect on so many things, we should maybe, you know, slow down. We should maybe slow down as a planet and be a bit more thoughtful for where we live. Dara, not necessarily. There is not enough information yet to know that. Not enough data points. Also, more importantly, not enough time has passed to know that. Shows that certain industries... Yeah, the music industry can go all digital and... like, that wouldn't be too difficult. Wrestling, though, I think is best in an arena with people, because it's kind of creepy having, like, 6 people in a ring and just hearing all of the noises. Although certain things do work out better with pro wrestling in completely abandoned arenas. I mean, the movie industry can go all digital tomorrow if they really wanted to. Hell, they've already... I know Disney's gone all digital now. Every cinema release that's planned is also going to go on Disney Plus same day. Hey, Ali. And anything that... you know, Disney's gone all digital. And they're going to see how that works out for them. They might make more money that way. You might see Disney deciding to not put its movies into cinemas anymore. Because they can make more money just putting them direct to Disney Plus. But some industries kind of need to be in person and have on-location events. I think music kind of does need the on-location events because part of the appeal of going to concerts is seeing the artist in person. Turns out people are reacting. It's a general human reaction. Some people are adapting quickly. I mean, some people don't need to adapt at all. People like me who rarely leave the house under what we used to consider normal conditions. I'm not really changed all that much. I'm just washing my hands a lot more than I used to. And being a bit more cautious about stuff. Extroverts are kind of panicky because they don't know when they'll next be able to party. People who really like toilet roll are buying it all for some bizarre reason. Yeah, I think it's just a general human reaction that's happening with everything going on. Is you'll have some people who are like, okay, I'll just okay, this is what I need to do, okay, I'll do it now. It's fine. Don't need to change much. Just gonna rock on. You got people who are panic buying everything, you got people who are unfortunately trying to claim that it's all just propaganda for some reason. But you know, it's gonna suck for a while for everybody, and when we get through the other side, we will get through the other side. It's just gonna be a long and hard road. We'll find a new normal. What we thought of as normal before probably won't ever happen again. We'll have a new normal on the other side, and who knows, we might all be happier for it. We might all be happier for staying in a bit more often and not being asses to each other and having 7,000 rolls of toilet roll in the bathroom at once for some reason. You having to buy kitchen roll cut in half for toilet roll? Seriously, dude. Yeah, welcome back, Warren. It's an interesting time. We're living through history as it happens. You know, in the future, this whole thing will be talked about like World War II is talked about in schools. And in history classes, and in everything. There'll be day-by-day breakdowns on TV in 100 years' time. Or in 60 years' time of the pandemic and stuff like that. We're living through it. If ever you were in history class and you wondered what was it like living through X, Y, or Z in history class, well, now you get to know what future students will be wondering. You're experiencing what they'll wonder. What future historians will wonder is, what was it like living through it? You know, what would a random person on the street say to you if you walked up to them on March 20... Is today the 21st? Let's say on March 19th, 2020. What would a random person on the street say to you if you walked up to them and asked them what their thoughts are right this second? Those are your thoughts. Whatever you're thinking about it right now is what could be written down in history books. And some people in some nations will look really good, and some people in some nations will look really bad because everybody's having different responses to it. And nobody knows what the right response is. In China, you get arrested for leaving your house. I mean, that... Honestly, Ollie? I'm gonna be real blunt. China's probably dealing with this the best. China and the other countries that are a lot more authoritarian than we're used to in Europe and the West in general, they're probably dealing with it the best because they know how to make the people bend. They know how to enforce things very strongly. So, as much as you want to make fun of them right now, they've probably got the best reaction. Because they're going to have the lowest, like, infection rates per million at the end of it. Or some of the lowest. I won't say the lowest. But they're pummeling the curve into submission. I'm sure there are going to be people who are really angry that I just said China are doing something well. But they are. They really are. They fully stopped spreading China now. Counts have gone up by 0 in the past 3 days. Yep. But if they lift the restrictions, they can't launch again. Is the issue. $15,000 people fined in France. It's people not wanting to change their daily routines that are causing all of the problems. In any case, let's talk about something happier like farming. What did you guys think of the mods that came out today? Landy was telling me, because he was on TeamSpeak, I was on TeamSpeak with him before the stream, that the keep the engine running mod has low call stack errors, apparently, for him at least. I'm going to give that a look-see tomorrow, or maybe later tonight, depends on my mood, and see if I have that same issue, because if I do, I'm not going to use it. I want to use it, but if I've got errors, I'm not going to. The mods were mod-like, yes. The Pottinger Mix 6, I'm quite happy about that. I do like the Pottinger Mix 6. Bit of a shame it's the corn version and not the trail version, because, I mean, more, well, it's nice to have trail harvesters for everything, so. Or for silage in general, so I'm kind of happy that there is one now for corn. And it looks pretty good, it looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna. I was gonna use it on this map, then I remembered I had the golf cart, so I'm not going to. But the Billfork works how you want to now. Hopefully. Your granddad bought, I'm gonna guess, a 135, Ollie. Because you've been around for a while, you know my adoration for the greatest tractor in the history of tractors. I am correct. Hurrah. Nothing too exciting. Yeah, I was hoping to see Matt's DLC today. Honestly, I'm going to leave all of the bales. This is going to sound dumb. I'm going to leave all the bales in the field until Matt's DLC comes out, because I'm hoping it'll come out Monday. Or tomorrow. Tomorrow or Monday, I'm hoping now, because I really want Matt's DLC for the telehandler. Because in my eyes, much better than the one that's in the Polish pack that I'm using. Much more useful. $50,000 fine, with trouble once prison time. Matt still sees Corona on the log file. GG. We should just buy Peterbilts instead of downloading them as a mod. Mr. Draco, honestly, that's down to Giants getting a license. Giants don't have a license for Peterbilts. And I don't know if Peterbilt would want to sell a license to a farming game. I know that a lot of Peterbilts are used in farming, but you know, Peterbilt are in Euro Truck. Who knows? They might, because I know SCS and Giants get along well. If you've not seen that weird love thing that's going on Twitter, then you really should have a look. What's causing all the problems here? What's getting stuck? Oh, it's the pickup. I forgot to raise the pickup and it was getting stuck on everything. That would explain all of the issues. I'm really tempted now to buy another couple of fields. I shouldn't, but I'm tempted. I'm gonna be honest though, I'm kind of surprised how many mods came out today. That was a pleasant surprise. It seems that the work from home stuff the Giants have in place is quite robust. For mod testing at least. I don't know about much else. Where to sell the bales? Where to of selling the bales? It's not going to be there, because that's where the combine was parked. It's not going to be there. Did see an area that I distinctly remember saying, oh, I shouldn't park the baler, or the bale trailer there. But I can't for the life of me remember where it was. Is there even a bale sell point here? No. Is there a bale sell point on the map? Ah, there is down there. Okay. Let's grab the... yeah, the portrait. And we'll bring the bale trailer over, sell the bales that we got on it. While certain vehicle brands not accept that using their brand in games like Volkswagen, Forza Horizon 4, John Deere, and FS17. Because they have to sell licenses. Basically, how they make money with games, because don't get me wrong, manufacturers and brands make money from games. They sell a license. So, we'll say if to get John Deere into FS19, Giants went to John Deere and asked, how much do you want from us to be in our game? And John Deere would have come back with a number. I don't know what the number is. I've seen a number. I don't know how true that is, so I'm not going to say what the number I've seen is. But John Deere would have given them a number, an amount, a cash money figure, and said, if you give us this amount of money, you can use our tractors in your game. And Giant said, okay, that's a reasonable amount of money. We will pay you that. And they did. And then John Deere said, okay, thank you for the money. Here is one license to use these certain tractors. Hey, Hayden and Aaron Agri. But that's how licensing works, basically, is just like, I give you permission to use these things. Yeah, I heard the Toyota thing, and I still don't quite understand what their logic was, to be quite honest. $26.15 large Big Mac meal. I will say that the number I've seen is much lower than the number I was expecting to see. For getting John Deere into Farm Sim. That much I will say. Did some work on the server this afternoon. I saw you saying that Yanis popped on and helped you. And trolled himself because he thought everything was upside down because of the name of the farm. Hello, SG. What do you want to complain about today? What's the complaint of the day? Yes, came on to speed up time. She's having a difficult time at the moment. I saw that yesterday, yeah. Mild to moderate sleep apnea. Oh, joys! I should probably get tested for that at some point, because apparently I snore like a chainsaw. Apparently, but I snore hideously loud. Got your brother to continue harvesting field 11. GG. That's the exact phrasing your sister used. He's had to quickly end. He had to end his stream. Oh god. Chewie had to... I just want to get this straight, SG. Chewie had to end his stream in a bit of a rush. That doesn't sound good. Am I into fashion at all? Ollie, look at how I'm dressed. Do I look like I'm into fashion? This is literally a fleecy zip-up jacket that is warm. And I wear it as it is warm. Other clothes that I wear because they are clothes. Trucks that are in the game that are not mods, what companies do those belong to? Do they have a license to use those trucks? So there's two licensed trucks in the game. There's the MAN truck and there's the Tatra, if memory serves. Let me just double check this. Yeah, there's the Tatra Phoenix and the MAN TGS. The three Lizard branded trucks in the base game are completely fictional. They're made up. There's like bits and pieces. He's about to get emotional. Yeah. SG, keep an eye on his Twitter and send me a message on Discord if something happens. If he talks about it. Tatra is daft. Tatra is not daft. Tatra is an independent company. But it has a license to produce DAF. Or it owns DAF. One of the two. I can't remember which one it actually is. It either produces by license or it actually owns DAF. Use Discord. Yeah, SG, could you ping me a link to his Discord in DMs, if you can? I've been meaning to join it and I just haven't. Tatra uses daft bodies. Happened, one of the streamers that I watch had to abruptly end his stream today, getting emotional. And I am concerned for him. I do not know him personally, but I am very concerned that I sincerely hope everything's alright. Because I know there is an ongoing scare with him. SG, you probably know too. There's an ongoing scare, so we go. Thank you. Also, I forgot to pause folding at home. Oops. If there are frame rate issues with the stream, apologies. I'm helping with research by donating clock time from my CPU and GPU to the Folding at Home project. Thoroughly encourage you to do so as well. They research a lot of cancer and Alzheimer's and other things, and right now I'm helping by donating clock time towards coronavirus research, to help figure out how and model how certain proteins in the coronavirus fold. So if you search folding at home, you will get into their thing, and you need to join the PC Master Race subreddit group, which is team number 225605. If you need that team number again later, join the Discord, send me a PM, and I will give you the team number for PC Master Race, which unlocks coronavirus research. Although the normal one is researching very important illnesses too. Just there is a bit of a rush to try and figure out coronavirus right now. Packard Group owned Daft Tetra build under license. I thought as much, cause I did openly say it was either one or the other. Peanut mods are only available to PC players, not PS4 or Xbox, because Giants don't have a license. For console, you need to have. Gonna need to cancel research means a lot. Yeah, Aaron, I agree. Folding at Home project. Google Folding at Home. You get a link to the website. You can donate clock time from your processor and graphics card. And that's every bit as useful as donating money. If potentially more useful, who knows? Protein folding is really, really important for figuring out illnesses and treatments. Because it offers new targets. Offers new targets, offers new way of diagnosing stuff earlier. So, yeah, the Folding at Home project is definitely something you should consider installing onto your PC. It runs in the background most of the time. And it is just one of those things that you probably should. Thank you, Yanis! Packard also own Leyland, yes. British Leyland, as they used to be called, is owned by Packard, which I believe is... Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't have the Wikipedia open. I believe it's an Indian company. Also, SG, if you didn't see his message, Hayden wants the Twitter. See, I'm useful and helpful sometimes. There's loads of companies owned by others. Most companies are owned by like a parent company or a holding company. Leyland Tractors? Leyland Trucks. Leyland Tractors, I think, got bought out by... Did they get bought out by Massey Ferguson back in the day? I want to say they got bought out by Massey. You just appreciate how Mammoth Unilever is? Yeah. And I mean, Alphabet's huge too. Our Alphabet overlords. Formerly known as Google. Leyland is Ford, is it not? It could be. That was meant for Discord. GG! I'm not gonna try and shill for super chats or stuff or donations because, like, I know a lot of people are running into tough financial times right now because of everything going on. So, if you have spare money, save it if you can. But if you're gonna be comfortable with money for a while, then maybe consider throwing a coin to your streamer. Because I've basically had to give up my job search because of all this. There's no point at the moment in trying to look for a job. There's 50-odd thousand people out of work already here, so... Thank you, Hayden, for the $2. I do mean that. Thank you very much, dude. It's comically appreciated a bit more than usual. You threw a coin to me by the screen. Thank you, SG. But yeah, if you have money that isn't going to be tight anytime soon, do try and support your favorite streamers financially, because you don't know their situations a lot of the time. I'm very open that, you know, this is my income and it's going to be rough for a while. It's been rough for a while, but it's going to be rougher than usual for a while. Creepy voice, yes. My robo reader's exceedingly creepy and I like it. Set up a big Discord group for the school. I mean, Alex, that's why I set up all the study rooms in my Discord. Is the exact same reasons. Everybody needs to help everybody. You know, something that could help someone, then share it. Have I ever been employed? Yes. I have in the past, RN. This hasn't always been my full-time gig. Before I started YouTube, I did have a job. And I started YouTube while looking for a new job. And it kind of, for a period, became... It paid well enough that I was mistaken enough to think that I didn't need a job, but I always did. Yeah, before I started YouTube, I worked in an agricultural lab. Was it my job that paid for my PC? 100%, yes. That was the big splurge of the money I had from working. You know, I'm gonna actually sell the Caravets, because as silly as it is, as much as I love having silly things, there's no real need for me to have it. Or is there? Because I own a field that needs... Oh. Right, I'm gonna rent something incredibly silly just to get this over and done with quickly. Can I afford the rent on these? 30,000 liters. I can totally lease this. And I can lease a header for this. Avoid mentioning the virus. YouTube is demonetizing any video mentioning it. Nope, not anymore. Why don't I use one of the Logitech wheels? Me? I do have a Logitech wheel. I got a G27 Audi. I just honestly prefer using an Xbox controller for Farm Sim. Like, straight up, I find my Xbox controller much more comfortable to work with in Farm Sim. That is not unfolded. Oh, it was unfolded before and I folded it, okay. Do I play Euro Truck anymore? I haven't for a while. I might pick it up again during all this, because I'm going to probably start streaming more, and I'll need more than just Farm Sim and Flight Sim to play, so... The Farm Sim specific one. No, I don't like that wheel. I'm really picky with wheels, and I don't need to have two. But expect to see, like, over the next few weeks, me streaming more and playing more games. Any Shamrock Valley today? No, that's going to be tomorrow. I'll be on Shamrock Valley tomorrow. Like the speed one where you can't drop below a certain speed? No, because then I just immediately find a telephone pole to smash into. But I will be doing like extra games for a while. Shamrock Valley a dead map? Nope. In fact, it does better than this map. I had 40-50 odd people in here yesterday. See you, Glenn. Just chilling out watching Shamrock Valley. Have I seen the Easter egg and Svalbard Seed Vault and Promods? Is that the Promods logo they have in there? I have seen a picture of it, I've not been there. I've not been out to Svalbard. How does Discord work? It's basically a giant ass chat room. With, like, rooms and stuff. I don't know how to describe Discord. It's a big old chat room with where you can have like rooms for specific topics or different areas within a server. Loads of tunnels and Easter eggs, and it's nice. It's like a group chat app. Yeah, kind of. One of them being the Promods team meeting. Nice. And shout out IRT. I mean, that's important too. Discord is an important social distancing tool where you can talk to people without having to see them in person. Which is true, to be fair. Find the lie. And not have to physically talk to people. Yeah, that too. Minecraft. I might actually play Minecraft on the channel. As much of a meme as that'd be, I might actually do it just as something to play, because I've not played Minecraft in years. If I get the reference. I recognize that, but I can't remember where from. What's ETS1 like? I don't know, I've never played ETS1. It's probably a hell of a lot more basic than ETS2 base game. And ETS2 base game's pretty basic. I know there's no brands in ETS1. That much I can tell you for sure. Because ETS2 originally and for the longest time had no actual brands. It was all like Majestic and stuff like that. I can't even remember. what the various brands were, but they were fake, real brands. Your video of crashing with the... Oh, yes. Yeah. Man, which they've had since the start. I don't think they even had man at the start. I don't think they did. If they've had one for a while, it'll be Scania. Because they brought out Scania Truck Driving Simulator as well. One good thing about this map is I can do a lot of stuff in the stream. Downside is when I'm wanting to wait to do something, I suddenly start running out of stuff to do. So I'm kind of glad that this field of sugar beets is here. Swift, majestic, valiant, man, and runner. Wow. Okay, I've been proven wrong. Man was in German Truck Sim and UK Truck Sim. Yeah. The two original Truck Sims. I am liking this harvester setup. It's a bit big for this map, but I mean for sugar beets it's fine. Because I don't want to be faffing about with the Kirovets for 3 hours again on sugar beets. ATS2 probably won't ever happen. ETS2 only happened because... I don't actually know why they changed to ETS2. I think they did a complete map rebuild, but... they've already done one in ATS. Like, immediately after it came out, they did a map rescale in ATS. So I don't see there ever being an ATS2. Just notice the minimap, it's packed. Yeah. This map don't mess about with, you know, packing stuff in at all. But it's a good excuse to get out your smaller and usually weaker machines. Because I mean, there's no reason to use a 6-meter seeder even on this map. Didn't they update the game engine itself for ETS2? I mean, they've updated the game engine since then. Since ETS2 released, they updated it was last year. Never play on new wood, sure. It's not good. Fair enough. That field is fully grown. ATS is number 2. Distinctly possible. I mean, I know 18 Wheels of Steel was a game that existed. Where do I sell the sugar beets? Where's the best place? Plaque PGR, which I think is where I was selling the potatoes. Yep. Warren's messages are getting deleted after he sends them. He's probably sending stuff he shouldn't be then, and he should maybe be concerned that I'm pretty sure he got timed out once already. The mods aren't going to give him too many more chances. Delete it again. My point stands. Pretty sure he got timed out earlier on, so he's just been timed out again, in fact. Actually, yeah, that last one he deleted himself. To be fair. But, I mean... he's playing a bit of a dangerous game, annoying the mods. Because they can see when he deletes his own messages. Why are his messages being deleted? Because he's doing a lot of it himself to make it look like the mods are doing it. So that you guys get annoyed at the mods, despite the fact that you basically know all the mods. You know what they're like. Mods have a view like the logs? Pretty much, yeah. Mods see a lot more than you do. You've never been a mod in a chat on YouTube. They see literally every message that comes through. Yeah, if you're going to play an American map, Hazard County is the one you want, you get the general lease, start equipment. See, that puts me off the map, honestly, to a certain extent. Also, I'm fully aware that this harvest is still nearly full and I can do multiple loads from it. But I just want to try and get this end of the field cleaned up a bit. So it's going to make life easier in 10-15 minutes of time when I'm harvesting this little corner that I've left behind. Hayden trolling Alex by doing nothing. GG. There it goes. Oh, and cart. The double timeout. Access the Discord admin on the YouTube mod. Yeah, he's a server admin too. Not every server admin's gonna get YouTube mod. It's not an automatic thing. Yeah, Max is Discord admin too. Who's the triple? Oh, Fahy's here. Hello, Fahy. No lurking allowed in this stream. See ya, Aaron. Enjoy the rest of your day. Big Oof the quad. Oh, Yanis got him too. Didn't notice yours, Yanis. How is it only... It's gonna sound like I want to end the stream quickly. How is it only 20 to 7? It feels way, way later than that. It feels way later than 20 to 7. trying to get a code from Twitch is so annoying. You ain't receiving one. What kind of code are you trying to get from Twitch, Ollie? Fahy, if you haven't been following wrestling, Broken Matt returned last night. Broken Matt Hardy has returned officially to All Elite Wrestling by means of Vanguard 1 landing in the middle of the ring in an empty arena. With Chris Jericho just looking stunned. Aiden, thank you. That was inevitable. Also, I just... Welcome back, Alex. I just moved and knocked myself in the bad place. So I am slightly in pain now. WrestleMania won't be much of a... It won't happen. WrestleMania ain't gonna happen. I mean, the current plan is 2 nights in multiple venues to try and cut numbers down. It's not gonna happen. There's gonna be no WrestleMania on April 4th and 5th. Or 5th and 6th, or whatever 2 dates they decided is WrestleMania this year. With Gronk presenting it. It's just... It ain't gonna happen. I appreciate that they're trying to be positive and hopeful, but it's not gonna happen. It's gonna get cancelled. Speaking of cancelled, for those of you into Formula 1, Dutch, Spanish and Monaco Grand Prix were all cancelled today. Or postponed officially. As was the summer break. Well, actually, the summer break wasn't postponed. It's been brought forward to literally any time between like now and April. The factories have to close for 3 weeks. And the 2021 rule package, the new car design and technical regulations, have also been postponed for a full year. Monaco is it officially cancelled? Because I know the thought was they could try and redo it because they had the track construction started. I do know the rule package for next year is basically use your 2020 cars. You are not allowed to build a new car for this season. I kind of hope they're going to actively write that into the rules as like 2021 rule by agreement, by mutual agreement, no new cars. You must use 2020 cars. Even more interesting if they're not allowed to do any, or if they like say only certain teams can do upgrades. Like, we'll say the bottom 3 teams in the championship are allowed to upgrade their cars for 2021. Oh, for God's sake! Okay. Hang on a second. Hayden! I was going to do that one. We probably don't have Courseplay installed on this save. I was going to do that one. I wanted a bit of fun. I can only imagine what the admin room is like on Discord at the moment. Hayden's confused himself. Hang on. Why? Why is there an instrumental version of Moscow? This is an instrumental version of Moscow. Why? Yeah, I appreciate this because Moscow is a really good song, but I'm slightly confused by why. Don't time him out again, guys. Let Alex have his main account again. To be fair, I think you actually waited like 10 minutes to test your main. But for how long? No, I'm not going to time him out. It's Moscow, yeah. It's an instrumental dance version of Moscow for some reason. That somehow is royalty free. I'm not going to complain about that because it's a kick-ass song. This thing's self-leveling. I do not know. Find out this into the field, I guess. Oh, it is! Look at that! Self-levels. No, this thing can self-level really aggressively, holy cow. My cargo carriage awaits at berth 235 at London Heathrow? What? I do like how you can fold up the unloading belt of this quite easily. So W, who here uses a Mac? He needs Mac help, Hayden. You have experience with Mac. All I know is they're shiny and overpriced. For what you get. Although really good for certain tasks. I'm not gonna completely knock back, I just don't like them. So something that I'm hoping to get, I don't know when at this point, is a ring light. And I have looked at them on Amazon, and I kind of have one picked out now. And it should fix the weird wobbliness of the fake green screen that I've got, because it is a bit wobbly. You can see that it's cutting off my fingers at times, and bits of my headphones. I think a ring light might fix it, but I need to buy one. And they're reasonably cheap, but I don't have the money. Hang on, Ollie, did you buy like a third-party mouse for a Mac? Because you got to install drivers for like third-party mice if they got buttons on them. And then tell the Mac what to do with those buttons through the drivers. Because like my mouse has an actual program that came with it, even though it's like a super cheap one that I bought on Amazon because I needed a new mouse, and it has 12 buttons on the side, which yes. Turns out they're all macro keys though, which no. Yeah, I would say with most mouse brands, especially if there's like a bunch of buttons on the side, you need to actively like install software. If it's just two, it's like they're usually like forward and back. My nose is getting slightly blocky. They're like forward and back on in your web browser. And you've been doing it all wrong. You maybe look at your mouse should have come with an instruction manual. Have a look at that and see what it tells you. Spent 2 hours downloading drivers for a printer and a mouse. Yes. Yours is an Amazon Basics one, GG Ollie. Oh, it's probably that it doesn't. It probably doesn't need drivers. It's just that the buttons have fixed purposes. More than likely, because the cheaper you go, the worse the mouse gets. Mine's some weird Chinese brand that I'd never heard of before. Bought it months ago now. It's holding up pretty well. Yes, let's lean the entire harvester and hope everything fits under. That's crap? Not really. You can bind, like, you can, in certain programs, bind stuff to those buttons. Like, I have 2 buttons set up on my mouse to be forward and back in browsers, but they are also usually my push-to-talks. 600 aircraft grounded from Delta. 80% of the Ryanair fleet is grounded from Monday, I think it is. Monday or Tuesday, they're grounding at minimum 80% of the fleet. And they got 500 odd planes, so there will come a point where all aircraft are grounded worldwide, I think. Because it's just right now not viable to run an airline. Other than like the cargo carriers. Like Cargolux and what's the other one? Is it Titan Airways? Atlas Air. That's the one. Cargolux, Atlas Air, and the likes, and UPS and whatnot, they're laughing because all the cargo that usually goes on the wide bodies now needs separate planes to go on. So they're making more money because they're able to transport more because there's no wide bodies flying at the moment, or very few. Flatbed pickup truck on mod hub has window wipers, do a little dance at the bottom of the windscreen instead of window wiping. They go down. They go down the way? Okay. That's interesting and different and weird. But I will be finishing the stream in a few moments. I think what I'll do is I'll just empty out the remainder of the sugar beet from the harvester, and then we'll call it a stream. Most of the ground are 7.6, 7.5s, older 7.3s, older Airbus. There's a ton of wide bodies. Yeah, I mean, most of the wide bodies are grounded now at this point. But a lot of the regionals are grounding or dying. There was a rumor yesterday that, and Hayden, you might be able to find some source for this, that Stobart Air, which run Aer Lingus Regional, they're folding, but I don't see that happening. They've been actually making pretty good money from Aer Lingus, from the wet leases of the ATRs. Stobart have gone into administration? Holy cow! I mean, if Stobart go, then Aer Lingus have no regional fleet. Stobart run basically all the services between... Oh, they run all the domestic services in Ireland. All the domestic air routes, and I think like 80% of the UK routes are Stobart. So that'll be a huge, huge hit to Aer Lingus if Stobart go. As my internet starts to collapse. My internet was very unhappy there, I apologise. Got 40 minutes to school today. They told you you're not allowed in, even though they let people in 15 minutes before. Why were you told what? Stobart or just Stobart Air? Just Stobart Air. It might be an attempt to save Stobart Trucking. Owned by the same group. It's the Stobart group, but Stobart Air is like a daughter company of Stobart Group. Get your books and stuff. Yeah, but why weren't you allowed in? I thought the schools weren't closing until Monday. Or till, like the end of school tomorrow. Is the holding firm behind Stobart? That's the Stobart Group! That's actually way bigger than just Stobart Air. You should have been allowed in. Yeah, that's odd. There may have been a reason behind that, Alex. Let's get this over to the field just so it's there for Monday's stream. Tuesday's stream, actually. Stobart Group almost did the other week. Apparently they did it, Alex. That's what Hayden's saying. The holding company behind Stobart Air is Stobart Group. But that is going to do it for today, guys. It is 7 o'clock. I've timed this almost perfectly. I will be back tomorrow with some Shamrock Valley, probably. And until then, stay safe. Wash your hands. Keep washing your hands. Always wash your hands. And stay away from people. Goodbye.